What's up, guys? Elizabeth here. So I wanted to come on and say, I'm not always happy all the time. People tell me all the time, why are you so happy? How are you so happy? How are you so positive? And so, first of all, I just wanted to disclaim that I'm not. I am generally, yes, a happy person. I generally, yes, love my life. I'm so grateful for all the beautiful blessings in this beautiful life. But is it perfect? Am I happy all the time? And do I have down days? Do I have down moments? Do I have a hard time sometimes? Yeah. And so I just wanted to disclaim that and put that out there. But people have been telling me that for so long, and I wanted to make just a quick little walk and talk video, trying a different style, just to share more about it and maybe share some tips with you on how you can show up better and be happier and be positive. And so the first thing is that I simply want to be like this. Like, I know that we have impact. I know that what I say to people makes a difference. I know that the energy I bring to people and to my job and to my family makes a difference. I know that the words I say matter. I know these things, right? And so even if you're not trying to actually go make an impact, you're not trying to go help someone, you're literally making an impact or not just by existing. I just did a motivational video on this. This will come out soon. But you make an impact. And so I know that my energy, like, right, if you're around people, like, or myself, if I'm like whining and I'm sad, that's gonna impact people and drain them, right? Or if I feel super lethargic or ate really unhealthy and I have to just lay on the couch, or I don't have energy to play with my kids, or I feel like crap, then that's not gonna be good, right? And so I know that what I do matters. I know what I say matters, even if it doesn't necessarily like go impact somebody in this serious major way. You are, right? Like even honking at someone, right, on the road, or people like flipping people off and getting angry and upset, that's impacting someone else potentially. Now the other person, they could be like comfortable with themselves and they could understand and have a good mindset that that person might be having a hard time, but otherwise, like, it's impacting. So anyways, that's the first thing, is that I know what I do matters, what everybody does matters. And so I want to show up well, and I want to be kind most of the time. Okay, the second part of this is, how can I do that? So if I know that I impact people, if I know that how I show up matters, then I need to take care of myself. So I'm really big on this. I'm really big on self-care and your daily vitamins, not actual vitamins, but what are things that make you feel good? I know I feel so much better, and there's so much science behind exercise. And I went through periods of my life where I had tons of exercise, and I've had periods in my life where I didn't have as much exercise, and I noticed a difference. And so for me, I choose to exercise, and I choose to do that in my life. I choose to eat more plant-based foods and more fruits and vegetables, and actually having more fruit and smoothies and water and my turmeric and ginger in the mornings and throughout the morning gives me more energy. For whatever reason, that's just what works for my body. And so I've been in moments where just food, like sugar cravings were always there, and I felt lethargic and I felt really crappy. And so I know what it feels like to not feel good. And so I just do what works for me. And so these daily habits and these daily things that make you feel good, getting good sleep, getting good nutrition, like that stuff matters. It really, really matters. And then bonus, if you want to do projects or things that matter to you. So take care of your health, take care of yourself, but also take care of your heart and your purpose. Like what matters to you. I find I'm more happy and fulfilled when I'm actually doing things that I enjoy. All right, besides your habits, who are you around? What are you filling your mind with? This is so key. I don't realize it until I realize it, when I'm hanging around other people, or when other people are around me and they're listening to things that are negative or that put me in a bad mood or that are scary or that are creepy or weird or whatever. Or even music, it just puts me in a different vibe. Like I love listening to music that brings energy and that talks about positive things, or that like puts me, I love like a lot of hip hop and pop, and I just, that energy is such a vibe for me. And so find that for you, instead of talking about sadness and I broke up with that. Like, number one, I don't feel that. But number two, like, especially if you don't feel that, why are you putting more of that energy into your life instead? Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go kick butt and I love love and love is great, you know? That's such a different vibe. And so music is huge for me. And what I listen to, I don't really watch TV. I do spend a lot of time on my phone and with YouTube, but I listen to like Ed Milet, motivational speakers, teachers that talk about money and success and those types of things. And I'm listening to these people that lift me up and that fuel me and that motivate me and make me want to be better. And so that's a huge hack that I didn't really totally realize, but it's just, what are you listening to? What are you surrounding yourself with? Who are you surrounding yourself with? If you can't get away from people, maybe you don't have people in your town that you want to aspire to or be like, go find people online. This has been the biggest thing for me. Like when COVID started, I started going on my phone and my whole world opened up. I also just really care about people. I genuinely care about people. I want them to do well. I want them to be happy. I want to support them. And so not everyone wants to be supported. Not everyone vibes with you. That's okay. Like, I get it. I'm not for everybody. But if we connect, if you feel like I can help you or something, like, that is the coolest thing ever. Like, I'm a teacher. That's one reason, the main reason I am in teaching is because I care about people and I care about kids and I want them to thrive and do well. And so, like, that is the best part. Like, show up to serve people, show up to help people, show up. Like my son, show up to teach him, show up to support him and help him grow and learn. That is the best gift. Like, what a gift. And for me, like, happiness and retirement, I know, like, we'll have hundreds of millions of dollars, all that stuff, but it's not just to have that and to buy all this stuff. It's like I buy time and freedom and serve people and help people and support people. That's the whole point. Like, I don't want to just go lay on a beach. Like, this is a weird thing about me. I have gotten to travel so much in my life. My mom's a flight attendant and my grandparents would help support us and take us on certain trips. And like, we've explored all over the world and done so many cool things, which I'm happy to talk about if you're interested. But like, I don't feel the need to travel. I don't want to go to a beach and hang out. I just want to create content. I want to learn. I want to serve. I want to help people. That's literally what brings me the most joy. And so I find that a lot of happy people are people who want to serve. And you don't have to, you can serve in whatever way you want. But when we have a heart for service and we have a mind for service, and when we're actively thinking that way, it's a game changer. I also have really awesome parents and a great family, right? Like my dad, my mom, even watching them with my son and how they are, I already knew this, but just hi and what's up, and they're so generous and helpful and always super thoughtful. My mom always doing extra things for neighbors and for teachers and for coaches and for random people, and they both always taught me to care about everybody. It doesn't matter if you're the CEO or if you have the lowest ranking job, like, everybody matters. And how can we help people and support people? And they also make things super fun. And my dad is so fun and my mom's super creative and kind and loving. And so I do acknowledge that that matters. There's a lot of research on evolutionary psychology and how your genetics are key, which is from your parents as well. But I feel like that's also how I was raised and the energy that I saw, and it's in me. And so I'm super grateful for that. But do you notice that too? Do you have anyone in your life that they bring a different energy? And to be honest, like, I'm not always just naturally like, what's up? Hey, like, sometimes I'm in that mood and I love it when I'm in that mood and just wanting to dance. We had a dance party last night. That's so fun. But I'm also like, I'm super introverted and I like just being kind of calm. So if like, that's hard too. Even on YouTube, I know that if I'm like, what's up everybody, let's go, like, that brings a different vibe. But it's kind of hard because I feel happy, but I just want to talk normally like this sometimes. But I also know I can turn up the energy sometimes to try to bring up the energy with someone else. I'm a huge believer in engineering your life. Engineer, build, create. So I think the more you get to know yourself, I really did a lot of work on myself, and I will be doing it my whole life. But getting to know, what do I like? I was in software and a software engineer, and I had to sit at the desk at the time. I know there's a lot of remote work now, but that wasn't the case for me. And I got in trouble for like wanting to stand up and move around and take breaks and stuff because it was so hard for me just to sit there. Now, when I'm working on YouTube videos and things like that, and creation and teaching, I could sit for a long time and it's not that big of a deal. And when I'm working like for myself and I can take a break or go out for a walk or get a snack or whatever when I need to. But I think just knowing yourself is really, really important. And so getting to know what makes you feel good, what habits do you need to do, like all of that stuff can make a huge difference. And being willing to be different. Like, I'm different, I'm weird, and that's okay. And instead of being like trying to crave attention from other people or trying to fit in or go out to the bars or go out and do these things, like that's not me, that's not fun, that doesn't make me feel good. And so I'm just not gonna do it. And I've always been good about that, like just being, no, like I don't need to go drink, I don't want to, it's not gonna help me. You can, I'm not gonna judge you, like go live your life, but I'm comfortable with who I am and the choices that I'm making. So when you know what you want, you can design it. Like when I got older, I started questioning, wait, why do we go work a job for this amount of time? And is that just what you do? You go have your kids, you work this job, you maybe get to retire at this age. And so I started questioning the status quo and figuring out, well, what do I want to build? And with where I am right now, right? Because I didn't start when I was like 10 or 12 thinking about some of this stuff. It's great if you are. And so I was in this situation. I had to go, okay, what do I need to change now? What do I need to change? What do I need to do? How do I want to build my life? Okay. Either you adapt and you're like, hey, I want 5 kids. I'm going to figure out how to make it work. Or you're like, you know what? I'm good with the amount of kids that I have, 1 to 2, whatever. And I'm going to work on this other thing. Or, hey, I'm going to rent instead of buy a house or whatever it is. Be vegan, which I am. Like, do what works for you. You have to build your life and not be afraid of what everybody else is going to think, because no one else is going to live your life. No one else is going to live your life. And I know when I say yes to things that drain me, or just go put on a performance, or just go do all this stuff and say yes to everything, like I'm not as happy. And so part of it is also just knowing yourself and being willing to say no to things so you can say yes to the things that make you feel good and that really support your values, your family, and your life. So honestly, those are kind of the core things. It's like, get to know yourself, be willing to be who you are, engineer your life, design habits that fill you up and that support you, like put your own oxygen mask on first before you help others. Have a heart to serve people, genuinely care about people, get to know them, know your energy matters. So figure out how you can get more energy, figure out when to use your energy to try to pump people up and make them feel good, and like love on people and support people and compliment them and cheer them on and high five them. Like, why not? We're all brothers and sisters. We're all people. Like, bring that energy. And so I challenge you, like, how can you do at least 1 to 2 things that make you feel better? How can you optimize your energy? How can you say yes to more things that build a life you love? What's something that you really don't like right now? What's making it hard to be happy? Like, that's why I talk about money and all that stuff. A lot of people find it hard to be happy because they're stressed about money, and they're stressed and worried and anxious. And so you just might have to make different choices or learn different things so that you aren't feeling that way, or don't feed into those bad habits or go drink your problems away, etc. And so anyways, I hope this was helpful. And I know it's a little bit different. I just went out for a walk and it's cold, so sorry I'm all bundled up, but I just know that our energy matters. I know how we act matters. And I'm sorry because I know I'm not perfect, and I definitely go home like having a nice home life and having my beautiful husband, my family, like that, having a supportive partner. I always had that in my parents, but then also having that with my husband for the last 8 years, to be able to be yourself and recharge. And they, you know, you don't have to go beyond necessarily. And I don't mean that in a performative state, but I just know that like there's certain times, or as a woman, certain times of the month, your hormones might be a little different. That's really the only major time that I'm kind of might just be more flat and not be giving a lot more to people. But that's okay. And that's okay. And so I'm sorry if I'm ever not this like bubbly, happy person for you. I want to be, but I'm also just want like, it's real, it's genuine. And so if I'm not feeling that way, I'm also just going to be more calm, or just let myself feel those feelings and not feel guilty that like, hey, I know that this might impact people, or I'm not making as big of a difference, but gotta refuel my cup and gotta get back to the energy state, and know I'll get better soon. So anyways, I hope this video was helpful. Check out another one and let me know in the comments if you have questions or want more information. Bye guys, you got this.